Here's what I learned from posting on social media a lot. The gurus say you need to post a lot, get in the volume, get in the quantity so that you do get used to posting, and hopefully the quality of your posting increases over time. This is what I learned. I posted a lot, followed by a lot of crickets and sometimes a few likes. And this is basically what I learned. I learned that in the beginning, when nobody knows who you are, and knowing who you are is a 10-year commitment. All the people that we see now and we see them winning and we recognize their faces, go on their YouTube channel, go on their social media post, and scroll down to their oldest video and see how long they've been doing this in order for you to finally recognize who they are. It appears like, it's a overnight success, and there is no such thing. And I think that's sort of the illusion that we get when we get into the space of digital marketing, social media marketing, whatever you call it, is that you assume that if you do this for 6 months, if you do this for a year, if you do this for 2 years, at least you should be able to, see some kind of huge success. And that is not the truth. That is not the truth. And if you don't believe me, go on the people that you follow, that you love. Look for their oldest video, their oldest post, and see the date, see how long they've been doing it. And then think about when you first recognized this person seemed to be all over, and it'll give you a sense of like at least a 5 or 10 year span. And that's how long you have to be consistent. And think about it, that these people probably started out 5, 10 years ago, back when social media wasn't a big deal. Everyone was not on social media, and now everyone is on social media. So imagine even the heightened amount of noise that is in the digital space right now. But not to say that you should give up. But I think when you start and you have a sense of how long it's going to take for you to accomplish something, somehow, if you make that commitment, knowing how long it's going to take, it builds up sort of some endurance in you and some perseverance in you, as well as you just have to love doing what you do. Like you would do it anyway, even if two people showed up, even if nobody showed up. There's so many benefits to this kind of going into the creative economy. And I'm speaking sort of to people whom maybe you're kind of thinking about starting a side hustle, or maybe you're unemployed and you're trying to figure out what to do. There's so many benefits to doing this, even if no one sees it. One, you develop your skills as a presenter, you develop your communication, you develop your media skills, which is something that a lot of the big legacy companies right now, they're looking for people who can do those things. So in a sense, you're employing yourself, while you're doing all these things and testing out the market. So anyway, this is what I learned after posting a whole lot and a lot of times getting crickets. I realized that it's kind of like an iceberg. And I got this analogy from Jay Abraham. I reference him a lot because I study his work. Um, he's an extraordinary marketing mind. And Jay says it's kind of like an iceberg. The little tip that you see on the top, and then there's a whole lot that's happening under. And I think it's the way with social media. Just because nobody liked or nobody commented, it didn't mean that nobody saw it. Over time, if you're consistent, you begin to see that there are people who are showing up consistently. They may not be liking, they may not be commenting, but they're there and they're following your work. And guess what? They're on their buyer's journey. And every time they're coming to you, they're getting a chance, they're convincing themselves whether they want to work with you. They're convincing themselves whether you are someone who is trustworthy, which is the whole point of social media. So do not be discouraged by not seeing plenty of likes or lots of engagement or a whole lot of views, because you don't need a whole lot of views for you to build a successful business. If you're starting out in the beginning, be consistent and keep showing up. There are people who are seeing what you're doing and who are getting convinced. Because the other thing is, if you stop, and there are a lot of people who start things. Um, let me backtrack a little bit. There are people who don't start anything. Okay, so celebrate yourself if you do start something. And then there are also people who start and stop. And people are waiting to see, are you the real deal? Are you serious about what you're doing? Is this more than a hobby for you? And that seeing the time and the endurance that you have creating the content that you have, you're convincing other people how serious you are about the work that you do. So don't take it lightly. It's not about the likes and the engagement. It's about one, developing your skill as a presenter, as a communicator, as a person who is learning how things are moving in the digital space. It's one thing to read about it, and it's another thing to do it. So, and right now we need doers. People are looking for people who know stuff, not just from reading, because ChatGPT can tell you how to do anything. But ChatGPT can tell you the experience of a person who's used these things. So really think about that, creating value for yourself in a world that's becoming driven by AI knowledge. Have you done it before? That's a big deal. And secondly, think about it to know that you're not only proving to yourself that you're committed to the process of building your business, but you're also proving to the market, the people who are kind of like, oh, let's see if this person is a fly by night. You're proving to them that no, you are a serious person, professional. You're showing up even when there's no one there. You're presenting high level work even if there's no one there, even if your graphics are not up to scratch. Over time, all those things, you learn them, that you learn by doing. And if you stop doing, you stop the learning. So I had, when I started out, I had three major challenges, and I'm going to share them with you really quickly. I'm looking down because I'm reading my points. The first thing that I had is that I wasn't familiar with social media. I knew that I had something that I wanted to sell. I had the skill, I had the know how, I could put it to work, which is like a lot of people. But I didn't know how to market myself in the social media age. And learning social media, whew, it's a learning curve. It absolutely is a learning curve. There's a generation that is growing up with social media, and to them, it's second nature. But to the rest of us who didn't grow up in the social media world, we actually have to learn how to use it, what it's about, to actually study the platforms, which is another thing. I resisted that for a long time. I just wanted to watch a YouTube channel, get a few tips, and then rush and implement. But I wasn't sitting down to actually study the platforms and see what was working. But over time, this is what I learned about social media. The algorithms change so much, and keeping up to date with all the algorithms is work in itself. I mean, if you can do that, you can sell that to other people, just keeping up with what is happening with the algorithms. But what I do know is that if you do this one thing, if when a platform is pushing something, if you jump onto that, like for example, right now, YouTube, they were talking about shorts over the past year. If you start producing shorts, YouTube, because it's promoting shorts, you have a higher chance of people finding you. Remember, 10 years ago, there weren't many people online. 5 years ago, there weren't many people online. Today, there are a whole lot of people online creating valuable content. And for you to get seen, you really have to work with align yourself with the goals of the platform. I think that's the best way to say it. Align yourself with the goals of that platform to reach a better chance of being viewed. So if you're on YouTube, create the shorts. Not to say shorts, only create shorts in long form, but look at what it is that they're prioritizing. If you're on LinkedIn, right now it's all video. They're promoting real like form video. So create Reels video so that you are aligning yourself with what they're trying to do and create a better chance of you getting seen. Because in the beginning, it really is just about people being aware that you are there, what do you do, and how do you serve them. That's the first step, because people can't buy from you if they don't know you exist. So people need to actually know that you are there. And when you get that attention by aligning yourself with the business goals of the platform, make sure you let people know what you're doing. And if you're selling something, let them know what it is that you provide. And this is a mistake I made critically for many years, because in a sense, I didn't really know what to sell or how to sell it. So I just created content. Because someone's come onto whatever platform you're on, they've enjoyed the content, but they don't know what else to do. It's almost like entertainment. It's just like watching television. They don't know what else to do. Let them know that you're in business and you're in the business of doing XYZ. So never forget to do that, because I forgot to do that for many years. And the second challenge that I encountered was I didn't know how to communicate my value in a way that a stranger will stop and be interested in what I'm talking about. I knew what I do. And I mean, like, look, most people, well, whatever your skill is, you know what you do. But there's marketing language that you have to use so that someone else can understand how you can help them. So it's not so much telling people what you do, it's telling people how what you do can help them, which is completely different. And really, I learned this over time, but it was really about how do you message yourself? You know, what I don't want to say value because people say value a lot, and then it's like, what does value mean? But it's really about letting the person know what's in it for them. And then you have their attention. Because until you let them know what's in it for them, then it's like, may be very entertaining, but at the same time, so what? And you want to let them know, okay, well, this is what's in it for you with all your content. Immediately, quick to identify what's in it for them, whether it's an image, whether it's a video, whether it's like this live. I began by saying these are the things that I learned from posting a whole lot, which is if you're a person who's trying to create content for your small business or trying to become a digital creator, you've heard that a lot. So that whole you started posting a whole lot and then it was cricket. That's to let you know that these are the lessons I learned. So that's what's in it for you. I'm going to help you jump forward from the lessons I learned and hopefully save yourself a whole lot of time. That's what's in it for you. And then also, I had bits and pieces of marketing information, but it wasn't the complete picture. Like, for instance, I would go and learn about Instagram and then I'd learn how the algorithm works. And then, of course, that would change. And then I'd go and learn about YouTube and I'd learn that, you know, do the thumbnail like this and, all the little bits and pieces. But I couldn't understand how it all comes together for you to have an actual marketing strategy that works for your business, which is what I was after, but I didn't know I was after it. I thought I was after the tactics, I thought I was after how to go viral or how to get more likes, which is sort of the sense that we have. But then you realize that if you're in business, you're of course you'd love to go viral, but if you're starting a new business and you did go viral, do you have the capacity to serve? If you have a small business, maybe you can serve like 20 people or 25 people and you're maxed out. And if you went viral, that would be a waste, because all those people you'd have to turn away. And once you turn them away, there's somewhere else where they can get that service. So that would really be, a hugely wasted opportunity. So those few views and those few likes and those people who keep coming back in the beginning, that's all you need. After all, how many people can you reasonably serve in your business and serve them well? Serve them well enough for them to leave you a good review, serve them well enough for them to refer their friends to you, serve them well enough for them to come back. Because that's the whole point of being in business. It's not, they talk about it like vanity metrics, which we all get caught up once you're producing content. You want the likes. I want the likes, I want the views. But at the same time, if I'm in business, the likes and views aren't going to help me pay the bills. I need to get enough people that I can serve them well and they refer me to other people and they tell other people about me and they become raving fans of the business. And in order to do that kind of quality of taking care of your clients, you only need a small number of people because you're testing your frameworks, you're proving that you can provide transformation, you are having the time to go over deliver for a client because that's how you grow your business slow and steady. So that was a huge relief for me, and I hope it is for you too, that we're not chasing virality if you're building a business. We're looking for the ideal client. We're talking to the person that we would love to work with, that would love to work with us, that we know that we can produce the best quality outcome for that person. That's the goal. Oh. Anyway, for today, I think that's it. This is my first time going live. And I realized that if I didn't go live, this video was not coming out. I was going to have so many things to do as business owners do. But if you're building your small business, the media side of your business is very important. It's important for people like you've done right now to find your content, to learn about what you do, to test and see if they can trust you, to test and see if they can trust your methods, to give them enough tips that they walk away and go and try things on their own and realize, oh wow, she actually knows what she's talking about. Let me go back and know what else she's talking about. So, I teach this and I tell people that, and I'm living this, right? That sometimes remove all the blocks to your creating content. And sometimes that just means grabbing the mic, turning your YouTube on and going live and letting, you know, sharing what you have to share and delivering value to the people to whom are looking for that value. And that's good enough. And as you create more and more content and you try all different types of things, you try posts, you try videos, you try audio, you try going live, you try changing up your message. That's marketing. Marketing is about testing and it never stops, which is another huge mindset shift that I think if you're not having a background in marketing, like I didn't have a background in marketing, I had to learn that it's nothing is fixed. Because for me, I like to do things and know it's done. And I had to learn that no, in marketing, it's never done. Even if something is working, we need to test to see if it can work better. So always changing things up, which I think is really good. I think an analogy for entrepreneurship in general. Something may work for a little bit and then it stops working, and it's not the end of the world. Of which sometimes, when we're coming from backgrounds where we've done something and it's ticked off and it's done, it can feel sort of like a step back, but it's not. It's sort of the way that it has to be. The market is dynamic, things are changing, clients are changing, the world and the way we communicate is changing, the things that are happening around us are changing, and therefore the way in which we present our businesses, the way in which we run our businesses has got to change. So you always have to be testing, 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 and trying different things. I hope this live was of value to you, and please, if you do like it, please give me a thumbs up. And if there's something you'd like me to talk about, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for visiting my channel. Please check out some of my other videos and learn really what I'm about. I am a peer-to-peer creator running a small business where when I learn things, I will come and tell you. And if you'd like to go and try them out yourself, I'll share frameworks and various things you can go and try out in your own business. If you'd like me to help you with that, there's a link to my business and you can find out how we can work together. If not, take this content, run, execute it in your business, and one day let me know how it turns out. I'd really love that. And I will continue to share as we learn peer to peer to my small business friends. Thank you.